Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back. I thought I was done recording for today. I've actually recorded, I think, 4 or 5 videos today. But it's like 1 in the morning, and someone sent me a message saying, "Hey, have you seen this?" And it was apparently someone that I'm not too familiar with, but he's got over 1.5 million views, so he's doing really good. And he is CDawgVA. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, actually. CDawgVA, that's a channel, link in the description, as well as link to the video. Now, the video is entitled, "I Became the #1 Voice Actor on Fiverr." And I don't know anything about the video. I don't really know anything about him. I've seen his videos in my feed before. I haven't really watched anything, and I don't really know what voice acting he's done. Apparently, he's a voice actor, and I assume he's doing really, really well. I just, if you were to say, he's done this and this, I would have no idea. But again, that's no slight against him. So we're just reviewing the video. I'm assuming that the idea is reviewing the content of the Fiverr stuff in here. So I haven't seen this yet. I'm just going into this blind. Here we go.
My dearest eagle, I kneel before you to represent that I will always be a loyal and honoring simp.
First of all, I love his voice. The dude has a naturally rich voice that I wish I had. It's just really smooth. And I don't know if is that his real accent?
Thinking I was going to be doing good projects, exciting work.
Yeah, that's his actual accent, real English accent. Love his voice. I can see why this guy is probably makes bank doing voiceover, for sure.
In reality, all I'm doing is fucking memes. This was a fucking mess.
Turn this down a little bit.
Fellow crackheads?
Hello,
I've
crackhead.
been getting a request to do this a lot. So I'm thinking, it's about time I make my own damn Fiverr page. I had a gig that I was making. It was like a boyfriend on Fiverr, right? I think.
What?
I know I say this a lot.
What? What did that say? What did that say? No, come on. It's so hard to...
A lot. So I'm thinking, it's about time I make my own damn Fiverr.
There it is. Oh, that's not it. Okay. Something about I will be your boyfriend on Fiverr? Is that what it said?
Crackheads? I've been getting a request to do this a lot. So I'm thinking, it's about time I make my own damn Fiverr.
I will be the voice of your dreams. Oh, I thought it said... For some reason, I thought it said something about boyfriend on here. I was like, what?
I don't
know why I thought that. It just went by so fast.
Like a boyfriend on Fiverr, right?
There it was. Okay, there it was. I will be your boyfriend. What? Is that a real thing? Is that a thing? Are people doing that on Fiverr? Is that a real thing?
Okay, but this time, really, I have this insane idea, and I want to see if we can pull it off.
What's with Kermit?
I'm sure
Does he do Kermit?
There's like
Does he do the voice of Kermit?
Mind focus. Oh yeah, it was me making a Fiverr page, and they just would not let me make my Fiverr gig, which was be your pretend online British boyfriend. It was a dumb idea, I'll admit, but this time I'm going to do it on my main account, only on main.
Yeah, I can see why they wouldn't let you do that. I can see why that probably wouldn't quite fly on Fiverr. It's also probably something that's very hard to market and describe.
To do on Fiverr. It's very simple. It was staring right in front of me this whole time. Why did I think it was a good idea to be a boyfriend? That's not what I'm good at, obviously. What I'm good
come
at
on,
is
I'm sure.
So
you're
that's
absolutely.
what a Fiverr gig will be. Me just doing voice acting stuff. Now, I'm not gonna share my Fiverr gig out in the start. We'll see what happens. And, when a week passes by.
Okay. So this is kind of a cataloging his first adventure going into doing Fiverr, I guess. All right. Yeah. I'll review this.
No orders. I'm going to shout it out on my Twitter, and we'll see what kind of cesspit orders I get. So I've never made a gig on Fiverr successfully. All right.
That's a fair... It's a fair assumption going into Fiverr, thinking that it's just going to be the dredges of society, that it's just going to be the lowest scum off your shoe. It's not entirely accurate, especially not anymore, but that's not an unjustified thought.
Let's make this gig. What makes a successful Fiverr profile? I think I would know. I've ordered from many. What to steer clear of? Providing any misleading information shouldn't be a problem. I am the #1 voice actor on earth. I need a picture of me, one that screams
I'm not laughing because I don't agree. I just think it's funny.
Share a bit about your work experience, cool projects you've completed, and your area of expertise. I have been voice acting for a number of years, from professional corporate businesses all the way to yaoi audiobooks. If you need a British voice...
Do what? Oh. Oh, that's what that word means. All right, then.
I will be the voice of your dreams.
Okay, there we go. First, now starting to see what's going on here. Yes, I've done tons of videos talking about Fiverr and voice acting on Fiverr and mistakes not to make, and that is definitely one of them. I can see why he's probably not going to be ending up getting the best work or the work that he would be wanting on Fiverr. That phrase means nothing. Now, what I'm wondering is if this video is intended more as comical rather than sincerity. If it's comical, then he's setting himself up for great comical gold. If he's trying to take this seriously, then that absolutely would not work. That doesn't say anything about the gig. You want to keep it simple. You want to keep it straight and simple. Even if it's, a title that a lot of people have had, you want to be, I will record professional character voiceover. I will record anime voiceover. Whatever. But you also want it to, even though it's kind of general, like a lot of people do voiceover, it's character voiceover, you still don't want it to be as vague as the voice of your dreams. That's not really going to get you anything that you would want to do. That's not going to get you the work that you want. Be specific and make sure that I'm afraid that he's going to have just this one gig for all voiceover, which is the next huge mistake. That's what I'm anticipating.
Audiobook, dubbing, impersonation, TV.
That's exactly what he did. No. I've said this multiple times. You will want to have a Fiverr gig for each type of voiceover. That way you can personalize, because you only, as you can see right there, you only get 5 tags. And if you're having voiceover just as general, you're not going to be able to hit any specific tags, not hit any specific market. People are going to be searching for specific things. So, you want to do, character. I'm assuming he does a lot of anime. He has the kind of voice and personality that I would say probably does a lot of anime. Again, I don't know anything about him, and it's a shame that I don't. I'd love to meet him. So I would say that TV, dubbing, impressions, that kind of stuff, not video game. And then put in the keywords voiceover, voice acting, anime, character, cartoon. Probably. That's probably the ones that I would go with. That would help him get the clientele that he's probably looking for. He's going a little too general and broad with this.
I guess. Ooh, what's my voice tone? I would say very calming. Sexy. Oh, don't mind if I do. Dramatic. Yes. Awkward? Who would describe their voice as awkward? But okay. And corporate.
Okay. So I can see why this would be confusing. This is confusing for a lot of people. If you're that's not really set up, and that's on Fiverr's side. I agree. They didn't really set it up to be effective for voice actors, because this is kind of more or less targeted for commercial narration. This is kind of, how would you describe your natural voice? I mean, obviously, when you're doing a character and video game, there's not enough options. There's not enough tags. You can only have 5 tones. So if you can do literally every single emotion, obviously, and do every single kind of character, and you have a very wide range, this is not giving you enough to work with. So I can see why this would be confusing. No points against him on this.
Fiverr's rolled out some important changes to the pricing and structure of voiceover gigs. Enter how many words are included in your basic offer. There's no need to include too many. Your quote to buyers will automatically adjust based on other factors you define below. You can also bundle an HQ WAV file into your basic offer.
I hate that Fiverr does this. If you're hiring someone to do voiceover and they charge you extra to give you a fucking WAV file, are you kidding me? It's like you wouldn't commission someone to give an art piece for you and then take a screenshot of. You know what I mean? It's fucking absurd.
Okay. I agree with his point here. I agree that that option really is something that you shouldn't do. Now, here's how I use it, and here's how I've encouraged everyone to use it. Everyone that I've talked to. Maybe I need to do a voice or a video just on it, just on talking about that. But the way I use it is the HQ audio file is for 96 kilohertz at 32-bit. Some clients of mine want files that large. That's how I use it. I don't use it for 48 at 24-bit. That's not what I do. The only time that I would use WAV over MP3, I normally do WAV. I mean, because that's standard, as he just said, and that's totally agree with his point there. The only time I do MP3 is if someone was just wanting. If they ask for MP3, or if I'm doing like a happy birthday greeting, or something that isn't commercial, something that's just to be shared on a phone or sent via email to somebody for like a get well soon kind of thing for one of those, then I would do MP3. But normally it's WAV or WAV at 4824. The only time I charge for the high quality is 96 at 32, and I agree with what he's saying here. So, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not doing more than 50 words. 0 revisions. You
That's
get
fair.
no revisions. $5. Yeah, you know what?
You get no revisions. I disagree with him on that one. I feel like one revision is, standard. Again, I don't know if this is comical or if this is done for longevity. And in sincerity, but I mean, come on, gotta get a 1. I think he's going into this with some flawed expectations, or some misconceptions. But I agree with some of his points. That, however, come on.
I include the HQ WAV file. You know why? Because
Okay.
I'm not an asshole. I really listen to the voiceover artists out there.
Okay.
That
That's fair,
you should
dude.
never be charging this low for your services. This is very, very low. And I'm doing this for a video, so I don't want to rip people off. Add questions.
Okay. So he is doing this. He is doing this for a video. He is doing this for comical. He's not doing this for sincerity. Okay. So we can pump the brakes a little bit. Okay. Good. Good to know.
Is this real? Yes. Published gig. It's live, baby.
Also, I do agree. Yes, you should never charge $5 for 50 words. And most of, I haven't had a single $5 order in forever. Obviously, because that's not my clientele. That's not what I do. The only time it's that low is when it's, because I charge 20 for 25 words. That's the low number that I do, is 25 words for $5. And obviously, no order is ever just 25 words. Yeah, so, and when it's like bigger clients, bigger projects, obviously there's going to be multiple takes, there's going to be revisions, and then there's obviously going to be commercial and broadcast rights and stuff like that. So my orders are never that low. But yes, I would agree. You really shouldn't be working for just $5.
Interesting thing, curiosity. We can learn from it. We can die from it. And sometimes it can lead us to places we never imagined we could reach.
I don't really have a plan for this video.
I don't get that demo. Again, I don't think he's doing this for seriousness and sincerity. What was that demo? That was weird. It had this weird back and forth where it sounded like it was switching from the capture audio from the computer to audio that was coming through his speakers into his microphone. It kept doing that. That picture doesn't make any sense. It doesn't catch people's attention and doesn't scream voiceover. And the demo's kind of, weirdly vague, but yet oddly specific. Does that make sense? I don't know what that means. I don't know if he made it just for Fiverr or if this is something that he's used before. So he's probably not going to get the clients he deserves with his setup. But again, I think he's doing this for comedy.
Just making it and hoping that it goes well. Obviously, I feel that being in the position that I'm in, I imagine things will go a little different for me than most on Fiverr. Look at me being like, oh, I'm so better than all of you. I'm going to get so many gigs. But
okay, his natural voice is basically, and I don't mean this in any insult, that's when I try to do an English accent, that's basically exactly what I try to do. And I didn't even know that anyone actually sounded like that. It's just, that's what comes to my mind, and apparently that's a real person. He's right here.
if I had to guess, just off search algorithms alone, I imagine my gig is not going to pop up on any of them. I think what might happen is that someone finds my gig and posts it in like a Discord server or whatever, and someone's like, let's see if it's legit. All right, so it's the 22nd a day. I'm going to leave it for like 4 or 5 days, maybe like a week. I'm gonna guess that I get no orders in that time. At that point, I will nudge it a little bit. I'm not gonna post it on Twitter or anything. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna get a little nudge some way. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll buy.
If you got 1.6 million subscribers, you're just nudging it a little bit. You're probably gonna get noticed. You're probably gonna get a good amount. Just saying.
Another Fiverr person to buy my gig, but. All right, until then, yes! Okay, I just quickly turned my setup on. We have an order. We have an order, and I didn't need to shill. Dude, I'm so excited. It's from
How much is it?
CDawgVA.
15.
I would like you to replicate this guy. Oh, sounds familiar?
And with Ryuk's preparations and my asshole fellations.
I think he's too close to the mic. He's already got a very bassy, deep voice. I like the way he sounds when he's like about this far away from the microphone. When he gets really close, that is some hard bass, dude. That is some fillings rumbling.
And with Ryuk's information and my preparations,
I can continue to kill criminals.
Okay, so I gotta copy that now. I can continue to kill criminals. No.
That wasn't bad.
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
All right, perfect. We've done it.
What is he doing here? What is this? I keep seeing him do this, pressing up against. I'm guessing he's trying to increase his pitch. However, I can't imagine because he has a naturally deeper voice that he probably has to do some kind of trick in order to bring his pitch up.
Here you go, my good sir. It was a challenge imitating. Fuck, how the fuck do you spell imitating? Such a strong performance. But, oh yeah, I say performance, but the E's after the R. Here you go, my good sir. It was a challenge imitating such a strong performance, but I think I gave it a good crack. Let me know what you think. You were the highlight of that video.
All right, so he's got a good send-off, good communication with the client. He's personalized it. It's good. So I mean, that's just standard voiceover. You should always personalize emails. You should always be very communicative. You should always I guess. You should always communicate well with your clients in a very personal way. And so he did that. So good.
All right, first order done. Let's hope he leaves me a good review. All right, welcome back. It's been 6 days since the last order. We got a 5-star rating, by the way. Let's have a look what he said about us.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. I mean, he's a beginning voice actor on the platform. He's got a visual that doesn't really scream voiceover. He's got a title to it that doesn't say voiceover. It's very weirdly unspecific. And then he kind of very broadly picked everything as an option, basically. So yeah, I can imagine that it's been a few days since he got an order. Also due to the fact that there's no rating. If he had labeled it better, had a better visual, I don't know about the demo. I don't think that was too specific either. If he was trying to go for like anime, which I feel like he should have had voiceover anime of his, because he had a few images that had like, I'm guessing like an anime version of him. If he'd done that with the microphone and then maybe a list of credits or like visual credits behind him and then voiceover anime, And then, I mean, he could actually have increased the price and added a whole bunch more gig extras than we saw him do. He probably, even with 0 reviews, he probably would have gotten more in, within a week than he apparently did. Also, posting it on Twitter probably, helps here, but that's probably why he didn't get a lot of traffic.
Just trying to support one of my new favorite YouTubers. But I mean, I appreciate it. I need content for this video. You're helping me out, but I feel like it's like implying like I'm homeless. I don't need the money. Keep doing what you do. Oh, this is for my business/personal.
He's just doing this for the
fan.
lulz.
Damn,
I can see
your
he's just doing
business
this for the
sound
lulz.
Moist. That was a horrible word. Why did I say that? All right, let's fucking one take it. Let's go. One take. Here we go.
Hello, you've reached Tomika's voicemail. Currently, she's unavailable. Have a great day.
Not a bad first take, eh? If you do...
I hope he doesn't do all of his voiceover that close to the microphone. Like, don't get me wrong. That's a really good microphone to get a lot of, like, really rich, close proximity. And that's, I'm guessing that's what he's known for, is his really salty, savory voice, which I obviously don't naturally have. But I just hope he doesn't do that for every single one of them. I'd like to see him do some
professional
variety.
as well. You should not have your AC on like I have, but it's Japanese summer right now, and I'm very white. Here you go. And boom,
he's in
that's
Japan.
it. Second
okay.
order complete. I'm just hoping that we
he probably
keep
does
getting
a lot of
consistent orders. I'm hoping the more we do them, the easier it will be. It's kind of fun. It's
Yes, the more you do them, the easier it'll be, the more you'll get. Absolutely.
fun, I don't know. I've enjoyed
good.
the 2 orders I've done so far. Ever since
Good.
I left
That's
the UK,
good to hear.
I don't really get to do as much voiceover as I like. And yeah, I was doing like professional work in a studio normally like once a week before I left the UK. I kind of miss it quite a lot. So it's kind of nice, even though this is nowhere near the same level. It is nice getting to do stuff and feeling like there's a client.
So does he not really do voiceover anymore? I thought he would be. I mean, that is an expensive microphone to not really do voiceover anymore. I'm gonna probably after the video, I'm gonna look him up, see what he's done, because I'm very interested. It's also interesting that he doesn't really have any treatment in his space. Maybe there's 2 of the walls that are treated, because I can't see the wall in front of him and I can't see the wall to his left. And maybe the ceiling is treated, or he's got a big, nice carpet. But the walls that I can see behind him kind of bare, other than the flat picture frames. So it's interesting that there's not really that much reverb in the room. I absolutely would not have used
You know what I mean?
large
Instead of it just being my
diaphragm
YouTube videos.
in that
But
room.
I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'll see you guys in the next order. I might have no hair at that point. This is day 12 of being a Fiverr seller. And we got another order. So we got an order from Ganon Slayer 1. Let's see what he wanted us to do. Hey, so pretty much I'd like you to do an apologetic voice, like almost begging / very sorry. Here's the script. All right, this shouldn't be too difficult. Hey, Matt. CDawg here. Look, man, I know you hate me and you can't stand to watch my videos, but please give me another chance. I
really
swear
good.
I'm a changed man.
Again, I'm not a
What I
fan
did
of the
to
too
Black Butler
close
wasn't my
to the
fault.
microphone, but
I
it's really
need
good.
views. That was terrible. All right, nice.
No,
Damn,
it's
that was,
fine.
What,
It's
5
fine,
minutes of my
dude.
time for $5
For
bucks?
what?
It's just too easy.
For
Ganon
$5,
Slayer 1.
for $5, which again, he really should be making more. He really should be making more than this. But again, he is doing this for comedy. He is doing this for views. He's doing this for YouTube channel rather than doing this for Fiverr. I feel like, I don't know if he has any actual interest in actually doing Fiverr. If you're watching this and you want to actually do voiceover on Fiverr, or at least set up a good page, dude, let me know. I'll absolutely help you out. I think you're phenomenal. And it is a shame that you're not doing more voiceover. That's a bummer. Like, dude, I love it, and I would hate to like ever break away from it, like that. So,
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Me thinking I was going to be doing good projects, exciting work. In reality, all I'm doing is fucking memes.
Number 15. That might be what you get.
There you go. Are you pleased? That's enough orders for today. I'll see you guys sometime in the future. All right, it's day 27, and we finally got our next order. So it's been over 2 weeks since we got our last order. Jesus. What is it? Oh my goodness gracious.
yeah. Well, okay. So I feel like what's happening here, the reason he's not getting a lot of, I feel like because his setup was so vague, the picture was vague, the demo was vague, and the title was vague, and the tags were vague, is that the only people that are probably coming to him for this video are people that know of him. And that's what it looks like. There's a lot of people that know of him and just wanted like that novelty. it's not bad. It's not bad, especially if you're doing it just for the video and just for the lulls and the views. But again, that's why it's not getting a lot.
Some people may put you down and try to ruin your day and destroy your confidence. But screw them. You're a hell of a person.
All right. Day 27.
That was good. He's got a really good, because so far he's done like an American accent, and he's done like a Southern accent, and they're really, really subtle, but they're really, really good. Again, he's not trying really hard in these. I feel like if he was trying really, really hard, that it would be like just amazing. These are still really, really good. Again, he's doing this again. I think that's just to bring the bassiness down. I've seen people do that, but I don't do it, so I'm not entirely sure what exactly function that has. What function that exactly has. But again, I would kind of like to see him like kind of back away from the microphone a little bit.
Haven't done. I don't know how many more days.
I want to hear his range. I want to hear his voice breathe a little bit.
So far, it does seem like the majority of the orders though are coming from the fact that it's me and not because I'm a voice actor. So I wonder how hard you'd have to market it on your own. Like how hard would you have to push it to really get orders going? Because
it's not that hard. It's not that hard to market it on your own. I've already said why multiple times, but it's not that hard. It's hard to get the momentum because once you've labeled it right and once you've gotten the right demo for it all, orders will start coming in, and the more orders come in, the faster they'll come in because the more reviews you'll get. And as long as you're doing good jobs and getting 5 stars, it'll keep going. It'll snowball. The fact that it's really vague is really what's holding him back.
Because so far, it feels like if you don't have a way to get yourself on the front page immediately, I don't know what you're gonna do. Hi.
No. Another false dichotomy, I guess. Man, I really wish I could talk to him directly. Like if he's really wanting to do this, like, dude, I could absolutely help you. It's. You don't have to be on the front page. That's not how people get seen. That's not how you get started. It's a search engine. And as long as you fill out the gig specifically and accurately enough with all the information that's relevant to the gig available to the client, when they go through and you have a really catchy visual, when they go through the search and they type in all the stuff that they want, yours will come up and it'll grab their attention. Yes, there's millions of people on Fiverr, but as long as you fill in everything accurately and you do a really good job with the demo and the visuals and the title, you'll get seen. It's not a matter of front page. It's not like YouTube.
Day 31 of our Fiverr seller adventure. I found out that our last order was uploaded to Instagram. And they said I found out that CDawgVA had a Fiverr, so I commissioned him to do whole horse lines, and I'm incredibly happy with how they turned out. Like, honestly, this made my week. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. And then someone was like, excuse me, what? Like, crazy, I know. The 5 gig was only $7. Man, people doing promo for me. Let's listen to how it turned out.
Listen, some people may put you down and try to ruin your day and destroy your confidence. But screw
Southern
them.
X is
You're
really
a
good.
hell of a person. And don't let anyone tell you
there's
otherwise.
too much.
Oh my god.
There's too much plosive because it's too
We actually
close.
got offered to do a sexual audio thing for an agency based in Russia, I believe, or something. It was very odd. Let me have a look at this. Sexy audio stories that spark your imagination and get you in the mood. Oh, so they wanted me to record for their app. And they were going to give me $3 to $4 a minute. It just sounded like a lot of work. They wanted me to do either 2 hour to 3 hour plus scripts. I would make a lot of money. But I feel that it's kind of underselling the quality of my services, I'm here for memes, not for porn. All right, it's day 33, and we have another order. So I think our Fiverr page might be picking up some steam.
I love this guy. And there was a good call passing on that one. That one... I get tons of those kinds of, not the sexy kind of stuff. That has happened. But he did a good call of not going on that one because it probably would not have been the ideal client. The ones that are kind of want you to work by the hour or work by the minute, and they're really kind of adamant about that, normally are the ones that are going to haggle you and cheat you the most. So that was a good call.
that's day 31 over, I hope. I hope there's no more that we have to record today. I think what I'm going to do for this video is if I stop getting consistent orders for like 2 weeks, I'm going to shout it out on Twitter, and then we're going to watch the chaos unfold, and then I'm going to close it within one day.
Oh, no.
Day 50. And I actually had a lot of things happen. I got 2 new orders, and I have someone hitting me up in the DMs asking for me to audition for something. We're looking for voice actors for a commercial video for a big technology company. You would need to dub a character and record lines lip sync. The character we are also looking for you to dub is a lecturer from a university that is teaching a course on old symbols. Right, so I guess this is like a semi-serious audition, so I guess I should try and not sound like shit.
Now that is a real mystery that scientists have been trying to decipher for years.
I'm gonna let them know that this is my audition.
He's kind of really locked into that one voice. I don't know. Like it's also kind of the same cadence and the same speed and everything.
I'm happy to voice it, but my rate would be different depending on what the commercial usage is for. Commercial work is a little weird because it's not treated the same as other types of work in voiceover.
Yeah.
So, for example, this person who wanted to hire me, yes, my Fiverr gig is $5, but I actually wouldn't do this for $5. I wouldn't want to sell myself short, and neither should you. You know, in a voiceover studio situation, if I'm promoting something or for a commercial, I'll get the session fee, which is the payment that they're paying me for my work at that point in time.
Well
and
done,
they
sir.
also should be paying me a buyout fee or a licensing fee to actually then use my voice worldwide to promote their product. It doesn't work the exact same way with everything. For example, if you're voicing an anime, you know, in LA, you'll get SAG-AFTRA. So you may get residuals, but it doesn't really happen for anime. Sometimes it does in games, but and you normally hear this in movies with the really big actors, they get residuals. So.
Right. Yeah, with animes, you don't really you get paid very little for animes. For video games, you don't get royalties because it's harder to track that kind of stuff. You know, if it's being streamed online, you can track that kind of stuff. Like if it's on Netflix or something like that, you can track that. Or if it's on television, or if it's in theaters, you can track that kind of stuff. But video games, it's really hard to track. So they normally just one like buyout rights kind of thing. Yeah, what he's saying is absolutely correct.
So it's a way of paying really big people. Hey, you can have a percentage of the profits if the movie does well, because we don't want to pay you much right now. Basically, all you need to know is if this project does come through and these people want to hire me, I'll show you guys the process of how that goes, you know, and how all the licensing and buyout fees go, because I think that's really interesting. Okay, that's been day 50. Probably going to start wrapping this up soon. I'm getting kind of bored of having to do this Fiverr shit every other day.
Okay, so now I can kind of, when he backs away, I can kind of start hearing the room. So I guess that's why he does get close to the mic, is because the room isn't treated, which I don't know why it isn't. I mean, he does a lot of voiceover. He does a lot of... He's got a good mic, he's got a good voice, and he's got the skills. I mean, he's using Adobe Audition. You know, I don't know why the room isn't treated for that kind of stuff. Did he quit voiceover? That's sad.
Very long video so far. But yeah, okay, that's that. All right, bye-bye. Love you. Rise up, gamers. We have the climax of this video series. We have the big boy. We have a $300 order.
Yay!
Now, you might have remembered that I auditioned for a project from someone who had scouted me out to dub over a commercial. And I figured, okay, well, this ad, they later informed me, was just going to be played online, and they're obviously not going to credit me as whatever. I'm just a voice in this, so I would probably just charge my normal studio fee, which is probably like $50 to $100 just for doing the voice work, and then an additional $200 for using my voice however they please in this commercial.
I am proud of him. That is, he did it just right. The standard rate plus the commercial fees, and actually it looks like his rates aren't that far off from mine. So you know, I 100% agree and applaud him. And it's really good that he actually got and is showcasing in this video that he got an actual, you know, project. They actually got, you know, a real project. One thing that I would have done, however, is I would have tacked on a little bit more, because after Fiverr takes their 20%, it's going to end up being just under what he would actually charge, I assume. So he probably should have maybe upped his rates a little bit just to make for that. But if he's fine losing 20% on the 300, then overall, good for him. I'm eager to see how this turns out.
So overall, I charged them $300 and they accepted. I just really, really want to preface to the young voice actors out there, when you're doing commercial gigs, please don't sell yourself short. I know that you're probably thinking, well, if I don't take this gig for $10, someone else is going to get it for $5. Please just don't do commercials if they're not going to charge you properly or you're not going to get what you're deserving. Because if you're doing a commercial that ends up being played in front of 10 million people and you got paid $10, that is a fucking crime. And it's honestly, it is better to just not do it. Because at the end of the day, if you keep taking roles for like $10 that should be $300, you're perpetuating to these companies that, oh, well, if this professional doesn't want to do it, we can probably hire someone else who is professional enough to do it for $10. So anyway,
I agree with what he said. There are some extra caveats or some extra degrees to this, but the general point is exactly what he said. He's doing the right thing by adding a commercial fee. I know a lot of people that don't add commercial fees, or they have their commercial fee at like $10 or $25, and it's, even if you add it, like, it doesn't change anything. It's still a giant crying shame. So here's a couple things that I really, really love about this, and I'm glad that I'm doing the reaction and the review of this. He is a professional. He knows what he's doing. Still not entirely sure about why his recording space is just bare for the most part, just flat surface, but whatever. So far, what he's recorded has been fine. But also probably because he's not doing any yelling. If he was to do any yelling, do any action, any video game, any efforts, then that room would be very, very predominant in the audio. So that's probably why he's, keeping it to more natural, casual tone and not raising the voice. It's probably also why he's getting really close to the microphone. But I like that he's professional, and he is trying out Fiverr, though there are some additional elements to Fiverr that it seems like, he's learning, and he's learning the hard way, and there's a lot of stuff that he still has like preconceived notions about, but I do love this. I do love that he's putting all of this, both the professional side and Fiverr, basically on display in one video.
Accepted the $300 thing, and they sent her the script. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 lines for us to do, and we have to match lip flaps. Very, very much harder than anime, actually. Here's another quick tip while I'm remembering. Yes. Some people, when they record audio, most studios will want you to have both headphones on. The reason is because if you have the headphone off, it can bleed. Now, if you're like me, most studio headphones are playing back your audio in real time. If I hear my voice in both of my ears at the same time, I actually can't focus and can't read it.
Really?
Up, so I have to put one ear just behind my ear and have it cup my.
Huh. I've never heard that. I mean, I'm not saying that he's wrong. I mean, I can see why that would be confusing. I've gotten used to hearing myself with both ears and both headphones. That doesn't bother me. Like I hardly even hear myself. It's the same as me just talking without these on. I've gotten just so used to it. But that explains a lot. Like I've seen a lot of people do the one ear recording. A lot, and I always thought it was just because of comfort. Every now and then I will do this and then swap over as my ears get tired, because that will happen. But I didn't know that was a thing. That's very interesting.
Head, just so it doesn't bleed. And I do that a lot, even with listening to audio. I need to hear my audio naturally through one ear and through the headphone with other. Just a little quirky thing that you might have to deal with.
You're all good. Every voice actor is different. Every voice actor is different.
Next symbol, which is a real mystery.
I think we did a good enough job. I'm not terribly confident in this, but I'm exhausted with this one.
How many webcam videos are on this shot right here?
Real life lip flaps as opposed to anime, it's so much harder because anime it's just. But in real life, there's shapes to the mouth. You really need to match it. But anyway.
Right. Yes. I agree with what he's saying. Yes. With anime, you're just putting all of your syllables in the lip flaps. With this, he's trying to match the open and close in every vowel and every consonant shape. I've done this. It's very hard.
I'm going to go. This has been day 59. I'll see you guys in 2 or 3 days. Bye.
Good job, Dan.
Gamers, welcome. It's day 63 of being a Fiverr seller. And
Gamers? Is he a gamer? Is that what it is?
Now, I wouldn't let this go out with a bang. I didn't want to let it fizzle out, so I did something extremely dumb. As I had mentioned previously,
so has he made
video, I was planning on tweeting out that I did
$350 so far?
Realize how many people were going to order from me? In about 20 minutes, 50 people ordered from me.
Oh,
and
no.
I decided, okay,
Oh,
realistically, 100 orders in one day is probably the limit that I can.
This is also why you don't just charge $5. This is also why you don't just charge $5, especially for I will record anything, because then you're going to get everything that may not fit, and it's going to be chaos. It is good that he got the work, but that's a lot of stuff. Considering I'm pretty sure that not all of them are 50 words. I'm imagining that this is probably going to be over, I don't know, 5,000 words he's going to have to record, maybe? That's what I'm anticipating.
Do before I start to sound like a deflated crumpet. So I maxed it out at 100, and we got 100 Fiverr orders in less than 1 hour. Less than 1 hour! So needless to say, I am the #1 seller on Fiverr right now. Right, so what we're going to do...
Hey, what was the review? Why do you have such a low review?
Less than 1 hour! So needless to say...
Response rate. Oh! Okay, because he had been leaving it and not coming back. Okay. I was about to say, yeah, that, if he was trying to take this seriously, that is going to hit him hard.
Say, I am the #1 seller on Fiverr right now.
Thus, the title now makes sense.
So what we're going to do is
just
go in order, I guess, and do all of these. All right, let's...
I don't have... going into this reading, I became the #1 voice actor on Fiverr. I was kind of like, yeah, sure. I mean, there's been a lot of people, a lot of videos, and a lot of people say that. But over 100 orders in a day, even if they're just really bits, short bits or just memes and just, voicemail or goofy audio, it's still impressive. And that's still in one, like for that day, yes, you absolutely would be.
Let's just start with the first
See how he handles it.
And of course, right away, problem. I don't know if they want me to read this or not.
They do. Yes, I can. Okay. This is one of the problems. This is something I was mentioning before. You got to have all the filled blanks and all the details for your gig. You got to have sections for description. You got to have section for script. You got to have section for special requests or references. He just has it all in one, and so they just put it all in one. And I can see stuff in parentheses or parentheticals or whatever. Oh, and there's quotes, so that makes it even extra confusing. Oh, dude. Oh.
Like a script, it seems like them telling me about the script that they didn't attach. All right, well, great start. In your best Hisoka, can you do That's Right Gone? I said none! Not safe for work, goddammit. You know what? I'm going to troll you right back.
That's right, gone. My gum possesses the properties of both rubber and gum.
You try to get me to say a naughty word, how dare you! Caleb, your anime waifus will never love you! Could you please just call my puppy a good girl? Oh, Sakura, you're such a good girl! Yes, you are. Yes, you are a good girl. Oh, look at you. Oh. What is this direction? In a low hurried tone, say, yeah. But say it as if you were passing by someone you know on the street as a reply to a greeting and you are trying to hide a boner. Yeah.
Okay. This video is comedy and is not to be taken seriously. Not to say that he's not to be taken seriously as a voice actor. He is to be taken seriously as a voice actor. But yeah, he didn't set himself up for an accurate representation of what's to be expected on Fiverr. Everyone that seems to be coming to him, except for that one $300 order, seems to be just people that knows his YouTube channel and knows him on Twitter and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of trolling happening. So this isn't what to expect as far as what's going to be on Fiverr. This is just what's happening to him. Nope.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's almost like he's doing a Christopher Walken.
My dearest eagle.
Okay,
I
that's the
kneel
thing.
before you to represent that I will always
That's
be a
from
loyal
earlier.
and honoring simp.
Guess I'm a simp now. Evan's like, haha, always have been. I promise I did all 100 of these orders, but I'm not going to show them in the video because that would make this video 10 hours long. We did it. We
Jesus,
did it,
thank
gamers.
God.
We saved Fiverr. I'm really tired right now.
We
I've been doing this for like
Fiverr.
3+ hours. I really want to sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on all of this when it's all wrapped up and I'm all done and I'm all completely done and all the orders have been accepted and everything and it's all done. For now, I'm going to go knock the f*** out. I'll see you guys in like 1 day or 1 second. Welcome. It's been like 5 days after. Something. It's been something. We're done.
We're
We've
finalizing
finished this
the video.
Fiverr gig. We have 100 5 stars. 100. Look at that. Boom. Before we
Well
finish up this
done,
video, I thought it
sir.
would be great to read some of the best reviews I received as a Fiverr seller, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Bruh moment. 5 stars. Konar is always satisfying my needs better than expected. 5 stars. I could pretty much die happy now. 5 stars. I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do with this video. Like everything I do, I just press record and see what happens. So I think if I can show to you guys anything, being a voice actor is simultaneously hard and easy. Sometimes you're thinking, wow, I did all this for $5. And then sometimes you're also thinking, wow, I did all of this for $5? I know a lot of you might be watching this and thinking, wow, Connor made $5.
That is an excellent way of summarizing that. I agree totally.
$500 in 1 day from voice acting. With the amount of orders that I did, I was...
That would have been impressive if it wasn't 500 orders. Like, the $500 is really good. And props to him for doing all 100 in a day. Dude, amazing. But yeah, that is not how you should go into Fiverr. That is not your expectation. Is like, oh, I'll do 100 orders and make $500 or whatever. No, it should be worth your time every single order. Every single time should be worth your time. Again, he was just doing this for comedy, but I just want to say
vastly underpaid for what I should have been doing. Like,
yes.
I should have gotten triple what I got for that. And some of the stuff,
more.
you know, like there was one project that's going to be used in a game, for example. That's not worth $5. Assuming it gets published, it might be played worldwide, and I'll have only been paid $5 for that. It probably won't be, but it could be. I think due to how Fiverr works, it really forces people to charge way less if they want to be ordered, because everyone is competing against everyone, and it kind of makes this environment where...
No. I know where he's coming from, and I know he doesn't have a large sample size. But this is just a response to that statement. Again, that is not how a lot of people get work on Fiverr. You have to take advantage of the fact that it's a search engine. Not everyone is competing against everybody. That's why you have to fill out your gigs accordingly. He's obviously not competing against the females. So that's half. And he's obviously not competing against those that are not speaking English as a native language. So, he's not competing against them. There's obviously a very specific age bracket that he fits in. His voice could easily fit much older demographics, but he obviously wouldn't be doing very small preteens kind of thing. So he there's a small window. And then if you fill out, all your stuff, accordingly, especially making sure that if this is for video game, that it's a video game order. And so someone will select video game and they'll only have the orders that are for video game. So, again, that's a false dichotomy, and it's not the only way of getting noticed. That's not the only, way that you even get seen. He did it the hard way. I want to make that very clear. He did it the hard way, and props to him for learning it the hard way. And extra props for him finishing all those orders. But again, this is, for anyone watching his video, this is not exactly an accurate representation of what Fiverr is and how to accurately use Fiverr. You can go on Fiverr and look at, the top-rated voice actors, the ones that are getting a lot of the work, and you will look at their orders and you will see that it is broken down into categories. It has extra stuff in there. There's a lot of, parts of Fiverr that if you were to search, you won't find their stuff in. But if you search for more specific stuff, their stuff will pop up. So,
voiceover talent aren't really getting paid the amount they should be getting paid. Like, I don't think anyone should be getting paid $5 for
right.
any kind of audio like
right,
this.
Exactly.
What do you think? Well, Connor, it only takes you like...
Well, okay. I hate to be pausing and unpacking it so much, but there's a lot here. And I feel like his point of view, when it comes to Fiverr, is the same point of view that a lot of people going into voice acting via Fiverr have. And that's why I want to kind of address these one at a time. He's right. You really shouldn't be, getting paid $5 unless you're doing things like, so I do like Donald Trump or George W. Bush or Christopher Walken. And when people want just like 25 words of, get well soon or happy birthday, I'll do that. That doesn't bother me. I get those very rarely. Normally the orders that I do are much more than $5. I think my average this past week, the average has been $100 per order. And none of them have been $5. I think I've only had like one of them that was $15, and that was for a very short, I think it was a Christopher Walken kind of happy birthday thing. And yeah, you should definitely be charging more. Really, the whole point is you should be charging accurately on Fiverr. Now, you're probably thinking, if I charge more, if I charge accurately, then I won't get seen, I won't get noticed. Well, even if you charge $5, you're still going to have just as much trouble, because again, if you're charging $5 and being very vague, then you're just going to be in a large ocean of other people that are charging just $5 and very vague. And you're still going to be competing. So, charging less doesn't make you more noticeable. In fact, charging more makes you more noticeable, because some clients, a lot of clients that go to Fiverr have learned that people that charge only $5 aren't really to be taken seriously, unless they're, the kind of client that's willing to sit and listen to all the demos of people that are of all varying rates. And then they eventually go, oh, I like the way this person sounds. But most of the time they will kind of pass by. And that's from what I've learned from a lot of clients that come through Fiverr, is that people that charge only $5, it shows inexperience. It shows a lack of professionalism. Especially if it's, for a lot of words. So, there's truth to what he's saying, but it's not 100% accurate.
Forces people to charge way less if they want to be ordered, because everyone is competing against everyone, and it kind of makes this environment where voiceover talent aren't really getting paid the amount they should be getting paid. Like, I don't think anyone should be getting paid $5 for any kind of audio like this. You're probably thinking, well, Connor, it only takes you like 10 seconds to do some of them. It takes me 10 seconds to do some of them because I've been doing this for years. To get the same level of quality from your friend Tim down the road, he's going to have to train 2 years, buy a $1,000 microphone, get a good interface, learn how to use Adobe Audition, learn how to not fucking suck at doing that, and then give you the order. I do think the Fiverr voice actors are kind of forced to charge less. And then on top of that, I really disagree with how much Fiverr takes. They take 20%, but they also charge a service fee. It kind of feels like double dipping. Like, they charge the customer extra, and then they take from the creator as well.
He does have a point, and I've addressed this to Fiverr, and I've addressed it to a lot of people, talking about when Fiverr started charging the initial fee. They explained it in a way that kind of made sense, but it's not entirely relevant. They wanted to charge a fee up front that was a way of deterring people that were going to grab files and go. And so, someone who just wanted something for free would have to pay something. And it was kind of a way of people that don't want to pay anything will clearly run away from it and clearly not want to do anything. However, what ended up happening because of that is people would go through just messaging and try to get free stuff through messaging and not even place an order. So yes, that had absolute problems. 100% agree. As far as let's see, what was the other part? Let's just make sure. I want to make sure.
Fiverr voice actors are kind of forced to charge less. And then on top of that, I really disagree with how much Fiverr takes. They take 20%, but they also...
The 20%. My response to that has always been agents and agencies take 20% as well. Most agents take about 20%. So if they get you work, even if it's SAG or even if it's, just independent, if you get it through an agent, they will often charge an amount. And that's basically what Fiverr is kind of setting themselves up as, is kind of an agency, kind of loosely. And that's why they charge the fee. But I can agree that adding the two together does seem like double dipping, and it is double dipping, and does seem kind of backhanded and kind of skimming more off the top and, taking too much. So I agree with that. Yeah.
Also charge a service fee. It kind of feels like double dipping. Like, they charge the customer extra, and then they take from the creator as well. I don't care about it for my money, but I would be really pissed off if Fiverr was my main source of income and they were taking 20% for a service.
That's why you charge more. I mentioned this earlier. That's why you have to charge more. You have to add, so whatever your rates are, and they need to be fair for you and your time and what's worth your time, and then you need to add a little bit if you're going to be working on Fiverr. So to kind of make up for what they would end up taking.
Service that barely functions. I would say if you're a voice actor, don't use Fiverr as your main source of income. I think that it's really important to diversify and do other things, like just getting well connected on Twitter and doing any other websites is much better than this. I think
I would actually love to talk to someone, especially him, on the whole Twitter thing. And I know I actually was on Twitter not that long ago, actually looking for voiceover auditions, and apparently there are some tags, and there are some avenues to finding that kind of stuff. It's not something that I'm familiar with, so I haven't done a video on it, and I haven't really found that much work, but I have sent some auditions to people via that. So what he's saying, it isn't crazy. For those who haven't heard of this, there's also like Discord. It's basically the same thing. There are pages or streams or threads where people post, I'm hosting auditions and stuff like that. I don't know if that's better. I mean, you could still find the same kinds of garbage clients, and you could still end up being shortchanged. Also, through Twitter and stuff like that, in order to not get shortchanged, you would have to either get paid up front or get paid half now, half later. And a lot of clients don't like that kind of thing. However, Fiverr forces them to pay in advance. They have to put that much money down in order to even place the order. So that's kind of something where I'm like, I can see your point, but there are the benefits to Fiverr. I will say a couple things. Yes, 100% agree, diversify. I've said this 1,000 times. Don't pay for the subscriptions to the voiceover platforms, but you want to have a profile, if only just to, have another place to put your demo and have another place where potential clients could see you. I got work through Bidalgo, and I don't have a subscription to Bidalgo. I don't pay them anything. In fact, I don't think I've ever paid them anything. But I got, I think it was like a $300 project through Bidalgo just because they listened to my demo, and they emailed me directly. So he's 100% correct. Diversify. As far as it doesn't sound like he's saying don't use Fiverr at all. It sounds more like, and maybe he'll, after I hit play again, he'll be like, fuck Fiverr. But it sounds more like he's saying be very careful, make sure you're charging appropriately, and be aware of what you're getting yourself into. And I 100% agree. I just wish there was a little bit more here about like the stuff that he learned, and I really wish I could reach out and show him like this is what you could do. But he's probably never gonna see this.
I think Fiverr is great for beginners.
Yes.
And a very select few of the top who are able to charge what they want. But in between that middle area, I genuinely don't think it's worth it, and I think a lot of people are getting kind of ripped off. I had fun doing this, but if I had to do this day in, day out, I'd go insane. Obviously, my orders...
If he charged more, if he had more gig extras that filled in the blanks and made it more worth his time. Also, he was doing every single order within 24 hours. And though that is good, obviously, if he had another 100 gig day, he would definitely want his default to be 3 or 4 days. Anything more than that, unless it's like basically an audiobook, most clients aren't going to be comfortable with, but not every single customer needs or even wants, the project within 24 hours. Most of them are okay waiting a couple days just to make sure that it's good. And if you give yourself that cushion of being, 2 to 4 days, then you have plenty of time to get what you can done in one day. And if you're exhausted, if you're worn out, you can finish the rest of them tomorrow. Also, the more you charge, the fewer projects you're going to get, and the more you're going to make. So you're going to get fewer orders, but they're going to be worth more. So this is really just a big advocate for charging more.
We're probably quite different from normal orders. I mean, I'm not sure how how many
Yes.
Fiverr voice
Yes.
actors normally get meme stuff. Maybe it's just because I'm on Fiverr
Okay,
and I'm
with
the
my
one
Christopher Walken.
buying it all the time. I think the dubbing project that I worked on was a really good example of make sure that you charge adequately.
Yes.
Like $300 for that is fine. I totally forgot that Fiverr was going to take 20% of that, so I probably would have charged more. What am I going to do with the money? I'm sure some of you are thinking. It's going to stay in my Fiverr account, and we're going to spend it on more Fiverr stuff. Thank you
That's
so
awesome.
much for watching this video. This has been a good journey. And one of the longest videos that I've done in a long time. It's taken about 2 months.
It'll be
for
long
to
for
do
me too,
everything,
dude.
And it's probably going to take another month for it to be edited. So I really do hope you guys appreciate all the work that went into this. This was a ton of work on my end, on my editors, and Evan. Shout out to Evan. He's a boss.
Oh, he's got an editor?
Amazing.
Ah, you
and thank
cheating
you for
bastard.
watching this video. And if you do want to help support my channel, the best
All right, you know what? I'm
way
gonna
that
let
you
him
can
finish.
do that is by watching all the videos.
Let him plug himself.
Liking them and sharing them around. Sharing helps so much.
Link-
I really do appreciate every single
link will be
view
in the
that you guys
description.
Give me. It is
Give him a thumbs
really,
up.
really
Show the guy some love.
overwhelming that I can do stuff like this and people will sit down and watch. And man, this is going to be awkward if this video bombs. But anyway, my
It's not
beautiful
gonna bomb.
Thank you so much for joining me on this
not gonna
crazy
bomb.
adventure. Let me know what you guys think I should do next. And don't forget to tell me what you think I should spend the $1,000 on Fiverr for. Bye, my beautiful weebs. This...
All right. Yeah. That said a lot. I mean, that's very interesting. I'm so glad someone sent me this. I'm not going to say who it was. I don't think they wanted me to. But this was very, very interesting because obviously he has been doing voiceover. He's got a lot of inside knowledge that, I agree with everything he said. When it comes to like the actual professional industry. Obviously he was new to Fiverr, so he came at this kind of with wobbly deer legs, and he kind of, got himself in a weird bind with the 100 orders, and, there was a lot of the people that came to him were just people that knew him, and so I don't really feel like he really got a chance to evaluate Fiverr as itself. Now, I'm not someone that says Fiverr all the way. I'm someone who does kind of advocate for Fiverr, but within parameters, within guidelines, within the understanding that, you have to be able to say no. You have to be, you have to have a good demo. You have to know how to market yourself on there. And you have to charge appropriately. I'm not someone that's just like, I don't only do Fiverr as a business. In fact, a lot of clients that pay me the most come through email. But a good chunk of what I do is through Fiverr, and I've been on there for, God, many years. I want to say like almost nine years. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. So I have lots of experience, and so, I forget what it's like sometimes to just start on there, and it was very, very good to see someone's journey on Fiverr, to which I enjoyed. Also, the dude's incredibly funny, incredibly talented. It's a shame that I don't know him as far as like what he's done. I hope he's still doing anime, and I hope he's still doing voiceover. At least every now and then, because I feel like it'd be a waste if he wasn't. Yeah. Link to the video is down in the description. Give him a thumbs up. Leave down in the comment section saying, that I sent you. I want him to get as much love as he can. Subscribe to him if you can. And while you're at it, thumbs up this video if you like this video, and thumbs down if you didn't. If you thought I was being mean or something, or didn't think I articulated my point, totally fine. But you have to leave that down in the comment section below. Otherwise, your thumbs down doesn't count. And subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and leave down in the comment section as well if you want to see me review or react to any other videos, or have any questions, whatever. Yeah. And CDawgVA, love you, man. Good luck. Cheers.